Since I enjoyed building with The Sims 4 Dine Out so much in the last video, Luxe Cuisine, I thought I would revamp a build that I built way back in 2016 called Suspended Eats. This is what it used to look like. It was built with just base game and The Sims 4 Dine Out, and I thought it could use a nice upgrade for 2023. It's been 7 years, so I thought, why not give it a go? It's built on this lot right here in Windenburg. It's originally a park. It's a 30 by 20 lot, but I thought this is perfect for the restaurant, and this is exactly where the original version was built as well. So rather than like remodel the building itself, I thought I'm just going to rebuild it from scratch and kind of make it basically the same, but different and newer and nicer for 2023. So one of the first things I did, like before in the old build, the staircases to get up to inside the actual restaurant, like floating in midair, was like wide open. And I had these weird like support columns off to each side, which I kind of tied into the roof using like half walls and stuff. But I thought, why not build like a cubed base and enclose the stairs in that base? That way I don't need support columns. I mean, even though it's Sims and you really don't need support columns anyway, just to make it look good, I felt doing away with the support columns and just having a cubed base would be the way to go. And it's great. I actually made use of basements and did like a sunken level. As you can see, I'm kind of fixing that a little bit to allow for double-sided doorways. I put some landscaping in there, just like a shrub, basically. So I thought that was kind of cool, just to have that like sunken down below. And this is actually my second time going with it. The first time I created a version very much like this one, but the video footage didn't record properly. It like corrupted itself halfway through, and I spent hours trying to get it to work. I was really happy with how the build turned out and everything, but like I just couldn't do it. So I'm like, I got to start over. But that's okay, because when I was playtesting that build, I found that there were some areas that I could improve with flow and just the overall design. One of the things was that the kitchen was a bit smaller than it is in this newer version now. Well, the remade version, I guess. So yeah, so I made a bit bigger of a kitchen because I found that like all the waitstaff would like stand inside each other because it was just kind of very small and compact. And I did some different things on the rooftop dining, and that is something new for this version of the build. So if you're interested in the original version of the build, it is still available on the gallery. This is the gallery listing for the original Suspended Eats from way back in 2016. But here is the new listing for Suspended Eats 2023, which is this updated version. Now, the best part is I still used just The Sims 4 and The Sims 4 Dine Out. I didn't use any other packs or any other content. I wanted to have it be a limited pack build. It's way more expensive though. It is 110,851 simoleons, which the original was like 74,000. So yeah, quite an increase, but it's styled way better. It flows better. How I position like the restrooms here, the kitchen. One of the big improvements I made from the original was that I did doors to the kitchen on both sides. That way waitstaff can come in one side, go out the other, or vice versa, and they don't kind of get in the way with each other, because the original kitchen only had one door. The staircase is improved as well, and then just how I built the staircase going up to the rooftop dining is also nice. So that is actually a really great place. I find that the like dining system prefers to seat Sims like inside more so than on the rooftop, but there has been quite a few Sims that got seated when I was playing on the rooftop, so that's really nice. It's just a nice place to go and hang out. I mean, the views of Windenburg here are just beautiful because you have like all the fountains around, you have the buildings, you have the water, you have like a little bit of a skyline there. It's just really pretty. With the sunsets and just looking at the stars. So the restaurant itself is taking shape. I kept the wallpapers and just the overall styles pretty simple. I did like this brick that came with the Sims 4 Dine Out. Basically on all of the interior, did some accent walls of like, I think it's like plaster. And then the kitchen and the bathrooms are just tile. And then the bathrooms have like a marble tile floor that also came with Dine Out. And then the kitchen just has like a base game kind of tiling. I was originally going to put jazz music speakers in there, but I do take those out because I didn't like how they looked. Like, it just looked so weird having this giant black speaker on the wall. So there is no ambient music, but that's okay because I'm more focused on the experience and kind of going here to eat rather than just listen to the music. And I wanted to make sure that everything actually works well, and it does. This flows way better. Access to the rooftop deck is way better. So I'm super pumped about that. The rooftop is definitely interesting though. It's not symmetrical like the rest of the build. I made sure that the rest of the build was pretty symmetrical when I was building it. That's why I had to like build it twice. But yeah, so I kept it pretty symmetrical, but the rooftop is not, but that's okay. It doesn't have to be. I thought about doing like a rooftop garden since this essentially replaced a park, but then I thought there was like enough like parks and trees and public areas that surround this lot that it's fine to be without a park here. So it works out well, I think, not having any kind of park on the roof essentially, or any kind of green space, but that might be something that could easily be changed if you really wanted to do that. And it would still be pretty cool, I think, to have a green roof on the build, but that's okay. We didn't do it that way. I actually made it more of like a place where there's couches and there's more additional dining space. So there's plenty more room for Sims to be seated up there as well if the system decides to put your table there. But like I said, when I was playing, it put me inside and I'm like, darn it. Like, I really wanted the rooftop area to eat at just to kind of grab some screenshots of it because it is really pretty. So yeah, it's going pretty well, I think. And I just have to say it's really nice to go back and like redo builds, like especially older builds, because just from what the old build looked like, it was pretty like bare bones and very simple. And like now we have things like glass roofs, so I can make skylights, which we didn't have those things before. There are different color palettes or color swatches for the windows and the doors. Like, we have more now. I mean, I did use like a black back then, but it wasn't like a solid black like I used in this build. It was like more of like a grayish black. So it was nice to have some different options and just go back and kind of revisit and do something different. And the rooftop idea I thought was great because originally it was just like a roof and it had like some weird accents with half walls to kind of tie in the side supports. But without those, you know, I thought the rooftop would be a very cool place, and it's very luxurious. I almost want to say this is more luxurious than the Luxe Cuisine speed build I did previously. Just in how it looks and just feels. It feels very more high end, but I think they both fit in well in that luxury scheme in their own ways. This is definitely a much bigger restaurant for your Sims to visit than Luxe Cuisine was. Luxe Cuisine is kind of like a smaller, more cozier luxury restaurant, and this one's more of like a, I don't know, like a big restaurant to go to. Like it's in a big place, you know, it's a big happening place. And there are a lot of Sims that do show up to eat here, so that's also wonderful. And I made sure the whole system works in the Luxe Cuisine. I had mentioned in that video that when I was like playtesting, I never ended up getting my food. I actually ended up fixing that. What happened was I had placed decorative spoons too close to the chef station, where like the meals pop up for the waitstaff to deliver those. So once I moved those spoons, everything worked flawlessly, and I got my meal in like a couple of sim minutes. Like it was great actually. So I did fix that, and the version of Luxe Cuisine on the gallery is the fixed and proper version, so everything is functional. But I'm glad that I figured that out. And in this build, we don't have to worry about that because I did make sure I didn't put anything too close to the shelf which is off the one side of the chef station, because that's where the meals end up spawning. So if there's anything too close to that, it will not work, basically. And then you're sitting there waiting and starving, and then your Sims could potentially starve to death. I mean, I mitigated that by visiting the bar and just ordering some bar food when I had the issue, but now that it's resolved, it's great. Both are functional. So it just took a little bit of tweaking, I guess. But and I like having a bigger kitchen in this build for sure. It definitely makes it so the Sims are not standing inside of each other. And when I was playtesting the original remake that I lost the footage for, there was like this weird glitch, which I will show you here. The chef actually had a pot of like tomato sauce or something stuck to his foot. So he's walking around with this pot in the kitchen attached to his foot. And I kind of feel like the build itself was kind of glitchy, because I was getting like wallpaper glitches and just weird things going on. Whereas in this particular version, I didn't get any of that. So I don't know if the game just kind of corrupted, or like, because my video footage basically stopped like halfway through, and I was getting like this weird flickering, which I've never seen before. The only thing I did recently was update my my recording software, but that was just like a regular old update. But they didn't really change anything too major that would have caused anything like that. So it's very bizarre, but I'm glad that we do have a functional version of Suspended Eats now, and it is absolutely beautiful. I love that I also just made the bar a more nicer experience as well. I feel like in the old one, it was just kind of, I think it was like off to the one side, and I didn't really build anything around that bar area. It just was just very weird, and I feel like this just works so much better, and it's so much prettier. I feel like it's more complete, if that makes more sense. But yeah, we are also now down to about 2 weeks until the Sims 4 Rent expansion pack is out, and I am super excited for that. I did see something on Twitter about a potential like deep dive coming soon. So I guess in addition to the gameplay trailer we just got recently, they are going to do like a live stream, which will show us like a more in-depth kind of thing. At least I hope it's going to be a live stream, because I have questions that I would like answered beforehand. But we are almost there, so get ready for some townhouse builds and apartments and all that fun stuff. So if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, make sure you do, because those builds are coming. I also did a giveaway, or am doing a giveaway, for The Sims 4 Rent on my previous video, Luxe Cuisine. So if you want to go check that video out, there's a link in the video description and the comments for the giveaway, and that giveaway will end midnight on December 8th. So basically, like, yeah, basically after the day of release of the expansion pack, and then I will select the giveaway winner at the weekend on that Saturday. Or giveaway winners, I should say, because I'm giving away 2 copies. So yeah, if you want to enter the 4 Rent giveaway, make sure to go check out Luxe Cuisine. The link is in the comment section for you to enter the giveaway on X/Twitter. But here we are under the screenshots. Beautiful build. You can see the skylights there. Beautiful lighting. I took it in the evening. It wasn't on purpose. It's just where the game kind of placed me in terms of timing with the household I picked to visit this lot, so I could actually play around. You can see the stairs here going up right into the middle. And then we go right up to the rooftop deck, which again is just a beautiful space, a new space, because the original build did not have this beautiful rooftop deck. You get like amazing views, amazing sunsets. It's just a really pretty place. I mean, look at that. Like, that's just so nice. And here we are in the interior. I did paint the ceilings black, so that's another feature that we didn't have back then. It's just so nice to have that as well. It just brings the whole environment or element of the build together so much more. I mean, look at the bar. Like, that's beautiful. And this is the view that the bartender gets when it's nighttime. So yeah, pretty neat. If you just heard that clicking, we just had a power surge. So we just got like a really bad storm here, and there was a lot of high winds. So we've been having some power issues. But anyway, you can see Sims enjoying it as well. More of those views at pretty much every single table. You basically get 360-degree views around the whole place. And here's my Sim ordering her meal, and then she's super excited her meal came out. She just ordered tiramisu and a drink. So yeah, and then she ordered another drink from the bar. And there's the rooftop deck again, and we have some night shots and some Sims enjoying the rooftop deck as well. But anyway, I do hope you enjoyed this speed build. Make sure to give a thumbs up if you haven't already. And I do thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.